Hey guys, so I don't know who is going to be in here. Hopefully somebody will pop in. I have no idea. I should probably put this out there. Oh, hi Ben. Hi Ben. I just started. He just caught me. I'm just curious, how did you find me? I know I was just in a stream, just popping in to say hi. Um, so I had a couple things I wanted to talk about today, and tell me if you're new here. I'm a Disney Channel, but I also cover a lot of other things. Like currently, I'm undergoing fitness stuff. Oh, cool! You're in the stream. So, I'm exploring the world of fitness again. I'm getting back in. I'm also pagan. I'm pagan. I should start there, and specifically Wiccan with agnostic belief. So I mean, we just had Lammas. Lammas is like the end of harvest, the end of summer harvest, and which brings me to my point. I was on today. I was online, and I saw the new thing for Descendants. Which, if you've ever seen Descendants, it's kind of crazy. It's like this spin-off of Disney's villains if they had kids, and it's a little weird because Cruella de Vil has children, Maleficent has children, Dr. Facilier, all those guys, and one that always bothered me was Mal, Maleficent's daughter Mal. They just unveiled who the father is, and that's kind of interesting for me. And for me, being pagan, it's kind of weird. Hi, Disney World Adventures. I was just talking about Descendants and how they just unveiled who Mal's father is, and why, for me, on a personal level, it's kind of weird. Because I'm pagan, and my patron deities for me are Hades and Persephone, which, if you don't know who those are, well, everyone knows who Hades is, but Persephone is actually the wife of Hades, or the queen of the underworld. And they are actually the most loyal couple in all of Greek mythology. And it's one of those things where that's how they used. That's the story of Persephone and Hades. It's called the abduction of Persephone, which is ridiculous because she ends up choosing to stay in the underworld with her husband. After the fact that, oh hey Trix, that she ends up choosing to stay in the underworld. And this is she's the daughter of Demeter and Zeus, which, again, the whole Greek mythology incest thing doesn't mean anything to the gods. I just don't think that sort of thing correlates or applies to them, either that or just Greek mythology is just weird like that. But so she was the daughter of Demeter and Zeus, and by default is Hades' technical niece, but I mean, it's Greek mythology. But yeah, she and Hades were married, very, very loyal couple. Honestly, Zeus makes Hades look like a saint. And to see things in Descendants, Hades is Mal's father. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, 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 no. As a pagan, I don't see that at all. I just don't see it. I'm I can't see it. And the thing that bothers me and boggles me the most is Persephone actually is in Hercules. She is the pink goddess in the background with the big flower crown thing going on. She doesn't talk or say anything, but I do know that she's in Hercules, the animated series. And a question I always had was why couldn't Disney just acknowledge this? They were a very committed, loyal couple, and the only reason Hades ever got a bad rep was because of the realm he reigned over. And so I always said to myself, you know what? Okay, if they're going to make him the villain, why can't the villain have a partner? Why? That always bothered me. We have here from the Yacht Club. Hi, Bex! Are you having fun? Excited to send your thing. Yeah, I can't wait. That'd be fun. I was just discussing Descendants and the whole Hades being Mal's father thing, and I just I can't get my head around it. It's weird. If you look in Greek mythology, Hades is married to Persephone, the goddess of spring, which is so ironic, and they're a very devoted couple. And that's the thing with Hercules I could never understand is why they had to do this. Why couldn't Hades have his wife in the show, in the series? And why do they need to change it? Out of all the couples in Greek mythology, that they could have went with to be Mal's father. They really should have went with Zeus. I mean, he had enough affairs. Well, Hades was a very, very committed person, deity, or whatever you want to call it. And so that always bothered me, like, because he was just a very elusive guy and he just wanted to kind of be left alone. And I think he kind of got a bad rep for that because he never actually killed anyone. He makes the Christian devil look so bad. Like, he makes him look so bad by comparison. Hades looks like an angel. He never hurts anyone. He's just there to kind of make sure that the departed don't try to go back to the land of the living, and that's all his job is. So I always felt it was weird he got painted as the bad guy. It was very misrepresenting. So, but yeah, the whole Mal's father thing, I just can't get behind it. And plus, Hades and Maleficent? Like, come on, Persephone is in the show. Like, if Disney didn't want to do anything with this, why even put her in? Because anybody who's educated, anybody who's gone to school is going to be able to recognize the freaking goddess of spring in the background. So, yeah. Let's see, the Haunted Mansion is copyrighted. Is it? Yeah, no, it totally is. Second Haunted Mansion. Oh, yeah, so I'm just kind of rereading some of these. Let's see. Because I want to meet Greg. Who's Greg? Yeah, I wish I was at Magic Kingdom because I want... Oh, who's Greg? I don't know who Greg is. But, yeah, so I saw that today, and I was a little baffled, to say the least. I'm just like, okay. But, whatever, alternate universe thing, I guess I can't get behind it because I know too much of the lore. It's one of those things, I know too much of the lore, so I can't get behind it myself. But, so yeah. That whole thing always bugged me, especially because I read Lore Olympus. I totally read Lore Olympus. It's a great, great webcomic, and it just kind of encapsulates them as a couple and just discusses a lot about it and the other affairs of the Greek gods. But it's a great webcomic. You should totally check that out online, the app Line, and Webtoons. That's a great one. And just the mythology behind it is just fantastic. And I feel as though Disney should revisit the idea of letting Hades have a partner and letting him actually revisit the idea of him actually being with his wife, because I don't see why a villain can't have a partner. That's ridiculous to me. But let me make sure his volume's up. There we go. The other thing I've been like kind of working on, I'm trying to be more active and trying to be more fitness oriented. I've started seeing a trainer again, and I've been trying really hard with that. It's hard. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm totally that girl who's just like, oh, it's Taco Tuesday. I have to have tacos. Like, I'm totally that girl. And, or like my fiance will be like, I have a Groupon for Indian food. Let's go. So having a trainer is hard. Like, being healthy is hard. And like today I woke up and I said, I have a doctor's appointment at 3. I don't want to go to the gym. I woke up at like 7. It's my day off. I have all the time in the world to go. You don't want to. It's hard. Hi, I'm not sure who's in here, but I see up on my little screen it says somebody's entered the chat. I don't know who it is, but hello. I'm just reading all the comments here. But yeah, so I'm trying, like, and I'm that person. I need somebody to be on my ass and be like, Randy, you gotta come in. Like, I'm watching you. You need to come in. I need it. I need that responsibility of knowing that, like, I might let somebody down if I don't show up. So I kind of need a trainer. Hi, Justin. So, yeah, I'm working on it. But, like, I also, like, lots of people don't like to talk about it. Like, depression and anxiety, I totally have those things as well. And sometimes it's hard to just wake up and say, even if it's your day off, and say, I'm going to go to the gym. And logically, you know that it should only take you an hour, maybe an hour and a half tops to be there and get the heck out. And you know it's not going to take you all day. But logically, when you have depression and anxiety, sometimes that stuff isn't logical to you. And you think to yourself, if I go today, I'm going to be there all day. It's going to take up my whole day. And so you don't go. So instead, I just went for a couple laps around our park, and not even laps. I walked to them but I'm trying. So I'm trying to take some accountability for it. And I think one of the best things that, my trainer, his name's Vinny. I'm not comfortable saying his name yet because my old trainer that I did have, his name was Joe, and I knew him for a good year. We were pretty good friends before even working together. Um, it's hard, like I feel like it's much more formal and business oriented, so it's hard for me to refer to him by his name as opposed to a title. But he did say something to me. He goes to me, a lot of people, at least you'll fess up to me when you go out and you cheat and you eat stuff you shouldn't be eating. A lot of people will hide it and lie because they feel ashamed, or they act like we're Superman, or like they act like we don't go out and we don't drink and we don't eat pizza and we don't do these things. And he goes, that's not true. He's like, I'm a normal person. I'm a human being. And we totally do that stuff. Oh, it's okay, Trex. I'm just like kind of ranting. And so like, it was encouraging to hear that because like, I think that's something we all do forget. We look at these people behind, if you go to the gym, you look at these guys and they're fucking Adonises. They're perfect. They look great. Even the women, they're like the embodiment of Venus. They're like the embodiment of Aphrodite. And they just like, it's like, who's over there just sculpting your body on a daily basis? You're like, why are you so perfect? And it's not fair. But what got you into liking Disney? So what if I'm an adult? I love Disney. I have children and I wanted to be an animator. But I'll get to that in a second. But yeah. So, like, that's super important to remind yourself, like, these people, like, they're people just like every one of us, and who cares? Like, if they look perfect or whatever, they're not. They're not. Every day, if I go out and have a slice of pizza, I'm not going to sit there and thinking, wow, my trainer's going to totally disapprove of this. Because he was so mad when he found out my old trainer had me on keto, which is high protein, lots of meat, and high fat. Because he goes to me, your old trainer should have known as soon as you stop doing that, as soon as you try to incorporate carbohydrates into your system again, it's going to come back. All that weight's going to come back. You need to be able to eat what you want. He goes, nobody lives like that. But he's right. And it was something I needed to hear. Yeah, it totally does take a lot of work. But you need to, it totally takes a lot of work, and you need to stay dedicated to it. But like, the one good thing he did tell me was the difference between a person who's not a trainer and a trainer does know. Yeah, the difference between a person who's a trainer and who's not a trainer is this: that the trainer realizes that if they eat junk, they just gotta go the next day and try to eat cleaner, and they need to go back to the gym and they need to try a little harder the next day. It doesn't mean they can't have the junk. It doesn't mean that. And it's just like, it's this thing we feed ourselves in our head that, oh, those guys are just eating fresh fruits and vegetables and proteins all day, every day. And it's not true. Like, they're people. And I think it's so important that we acknowledge that. I naturally don't like junk food. Yeah, I mean, I get that too. And like, cause when I GT, I get that, because for me, like, a few of the habits that I do have, even still, I was on keto for so long, probably like a year and a half of doing straight keto. I was down to a size 8, and now I'm obviously not. But like, I had a pretty big aversion to noodles, like, and pasta, and I still do. And that's a result of that, and it's kind of conditioning. I mean, like, I'll eat some rice and stuff like that, but like, overall, like, I just want to be able to enjoy food and, obviously, like, in my life in general, but I don't want my body to pay for it, Hey, Haley, I just want, sure, you can totally ask away. I'm just going to address one question that popped up above. So what got me into Disney, even though I'm an adult? Well, for one, I'm a cosmetologist, and I'll lead into why I'm into Disney. I'm a hairdresser. Yes, I don't look like it, but that's because I'm super casual right now, and the last thing I want to do on my day off is sling hair. That's the last thing I want to do is cut and color hair and be doing all this craziness. And doing a full face of makeup. I just don't want to do it on my day off. It's a lot of work. But what I initially wanted to do was I wanted to be an animator because I used to spend my days drawing and drawing and drawing. And then all of a sudden, when computer animation took over, I was like, well, shit, I am not tech savvy and this isn't going to happen. But I always had respect for animation. I love fantasy. I love animation. And honestly, I love iterations and retellings of different stories that we have, the different folklore that we have. I absolutely love that stuff. Even if it's not accurate, even if it's wrong, I do like it. Even if, so what? Hades is Mal's father in Descendants. According to Greek mythology, that's not the case. That never will be the case. That can't be the case because of Persephone. And that's what I follow more of. But I do enjoy the retellings. It's interesting. Little Mermaid's not accurate. Neither is Alice in Wonderland. But they're great. They're amazing. And so what? Why should we not like Disney? Who cares if we're adults? There's so many innuendos in Disney. There's so much adult content that's in Disney. And why shouldn't you enjoy what you had? Why shouldn't you enjoy childhood? Why shouldn't you enjoy youth and fun? And what's wrong with that? There's absolutely nothing wrong. And every single character, even the villains that Disney puts out can be role models, and they absolutely can be, and you're never too old to have a role model. I just think it's absolutely absurd that we should stop enjoying something that we love just because we're an adult. Who gives a fuck? And if someone doesn't like it, they can leave my channel. That's all I have to say about it, but that's just me. But what's your question, Haley? I want to know. No, go ahead, Haley. It's okay. I mean, nothing's really embarrassing to me. I'm a cake decorator. You're a cake decorator and you hate junk food. It's funny. It's weird. I mean, my best friend's a baker. I don't know. I think that there's food, and that's it. It's food. Who cares? It's about how much you eat, and if you can limit yourself, and that's it. And you should know what you should and shouldn't be eating, and if you've had too much to eat that day, and if you're stuffed, don't keep fucking stuffing your face. That's all it is. You don't need any food is nourishing as long as you know when you should and shouldn't have it. And if you're really let's put it to you this way, if you're over your caloric deficit, if you've had way too much to eat today, then a slice of cake is not your best idea. I'm relaxing with the balloons. Supporting. Thanks, Bax. I'm so curious. What is Haley Anderson's question? She said it's a bit embarrassing. I mean, I'll answer anything. I don't care. I'm pretty open. But so yeah, that's me. I'm a Taco Tuesday girl. I'm a coffee drinker. I'm just, man, I thankfully haven't had more than 2 cups of coffee today. That's weaning off for me. For me, that's weaning off. I don't know. I don't know how people can eat chicken and broccoli every day, all day. I don't know. Yeah, totally show us the balloons in the next video. I have a balloon tattoo. The green one's from my son. He has green glasses, and the red one is Minnie Mouse from my daughter. She's 6. And the Disney castle. So I do love those balloons. They're really pretty. I think that when I visit the parks, they're really pretty. I'm getting married in Disney, so for me, I definitely like and enjoy it. So I don't care. I love Disney. What's delicious? I just felt like I really should do a video. I have canceled my subscription box so I can afford my trainer at the moment. And, so I can afford my trainer, which gives me even more reason I should be at the gym. But, just don't want to. Not today. Got up and went for a walk. I go back to school tomorrow through Saturday, and Sundays and Mondays are my only days off, and I'm like, I just want to relax. Oh, chicken and broccoli? Well, I really hope you don't get that same tattoo because that's a very personal tattoo from my children and a little insulting if you copy somebody's tattoo without their consent. But no, chicken and broccoli is like I can't. Ugh. It's good, but like you need to change it up. Like you need a change of how you make it, and I feel as though you need to you gotta really be into that. Like I can't help it. Like I like coffee. I like Taco Tuesday. I like pizza. I like that stuff. I like being a human being. And anybody who says they're not is probably a liar. Like I'll be honest, there's nobody out there who's perfect. You know, like I'm gonna be seeing my friend Ashley at the end of the month, and like I can't wait. Like I know we're gonna go out to eat. Like we're gonna do like some fun stuff with the kids. I'm gonna do her hair for her. I'm gonna we're gonna probably maybe go to a zoo, Niagara Falls. It's gonna be a really fun weekend. But like I can't wait. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna go and eat. Oh, not the same. I mean, so, oh yeah, similar. Yeah. I mean, that's cool. Like, I don't know. Mine's just kind of really personal to me. I'm not even done with it. I would like to do a full sleeve at some point, and I think that's gonna be kind of fun. The other thing I wanted to just kind of like talk about in general was like school and how school's going, because I haven't put out a single video since my Halloween haul, which I love my Halloween haul, but like I'll be honest, like oh man, I haven't had my subscription boxes and I haven't had any Magic Mail in a few weeks, and I think in part it's because I've been taking a break from Disney pin trading, so and I gotta put out more. I have to put out more content myself. But I mean, sorry, there was something on my shirt. So school, we had a substitute in this past week, and I would like opinions on this. So we had this sub. She's brand new because our teacher was, I guess, doing training. They're doing training sessions or training meetings all week, and the thing that bothered me was I had to do an updo, like a bridal updo, and so I did it easily because I've done it before. And, we were taught how to do it. And I've had other teachers come by, walk right by me and go, I'm proud of that. Like, wow, I really like that. I'm proud of it. That's a great job. And gotten hundreds on it. Easily. This lady gave me a 70. And I'm a little mad about it. Because, okay. So, I did it correctly. I did it accurately. I just changed the way it was supposed to be done a little. It was supposed to be a creative interpretation. So I changed the style of the braid. We're allowed to do that. It's a braid with, you can take the hair and make 3 loops, and the curls kind of come out of the loops, and it just creates this pretty bridal updo. I changed the style of the braid because it's, again, creative interpretation. So she grades me. She gives me a 70. She goes, first off, your area is not neat and tidy, which is fine. That's on the rubric. That's on our grading sheet. And that's worth 10 points. Now, and then she goes to me, oh, well, you just didn't seem confident in it. That is not on our paperwork. That is not in our rubric. And, confidence doesn't matter. I cannot like something all I want. If I'm a hairdresser and a client comes in and they tell me what they want, I can't just say, I don't like it, so I'm not going to do it. That's not my job. My job is to deliver it and to make sure that the client is happy. And I straight out told that lady, that's what I said. I said, it doesn't matter if I like it or not. It absolutely does not. And I said to her, it's like, as long as it's done correctly, that is what matters. What matters is that the style was executed in a way that it's accurate. It's to the tutorial. It's done properly. And that's what matters. And that's it. And I said, my opinion doesn't matter on it. And she goes to me, you know what, Randy? You're right. You're right. And just walked off. And she was like I'm not going to talk about it type of thing. And that just bothered me because I'm sitting here like, you're not using our grading system, and I know I did it correctly. You should be using our grading system because you can't grade off of somebody's personal opinions. You can't grade off the fact that the stylist didn't like it. You know, that's not really fair. To be safe, I don't change him. So subs. Hold on, I'm sorry, I'm reading this. I won't change it because most subs, or you know what, I don't want to swear. Cake, the customer is always right. Yeah, well, the customer is always right, and that's just it. Thing is, I was working on a mannequin. Here, a mannequin doesn't complain. The style of the braid didn't matter. I could have done a 3-strand over braid, which is essentially a cornrow. I could have done a French braid, a Dutch braid. I can do a fishtail braid, which is done by taking 2 chunks of hair and taking little pieces in from each side and braiding it down so it looks like a fishtail, which is what I did. Doesn't matter. I did it accurately. I did it correctly. I did it to the book. Attitude does not matter. My personal feelings don't matter as long as it's done correctly. And that's what bothered me. So, like, there's nothing on our paperwork that she can mark off that says, oh, stylist wasn't thrilled with it. What? Like, what? Like, the student wasn't thrilled with end result. Okie dokie, doesn't mean I didn't do it correctly. But, it's one of those situations where a lot of the students don't like her, and I feel as though I probably need to talk to the school's owner, because I feel like this is going to be a trend. She seems to be the kind of teacher that grades based off the mood that she's in, which is really unfortunate, because you can't grade based off your mood. You know, don't give your student a crummy grade because you're in a bad mood. That's not fair to the student. You're not teaching correctly. And I feel like that's something I unfortunately need to address like immediately, because I can't risk that. You know, I have to go for my state boards probably in January, and I can't have a teacher holding me back like that. Yeah, the customer is always right. And that's just it. Like, it bothers me a little bit. It's probably not even a big deal, and probably nobody even cares. But something I wanted to get off my chest, I guess. So, there's that. I don't know. I just wanted to vent, I guess. So, because I have to go back tomorrow. But tell me, how are you guys? What are you guys up to? Oh, and yeah, thank you so much for the tattoo. And thanks, I love my tattoo. I'm just coming back and reading stuff. You guys, if you haven't, I know there's only like one view in here right now, but if you haven't already put this out there, please feel free to share. Yeah, no, you too. Have a great day. Bye, GT. So I just kind of wanted to put all that out there, and I feel like maybe I ranted way too much, but I feel like as a YouTuber, we need to be real with our audience. And you know, I do videos, like specific videos, separately. You know? I feel like it's our post. Oh, it's our post office. I feel like I do specific videos separately, like my magic mail, my hauls, stuff like that. And I reserve my lives to be genuine with you guys and to be real with you guys. I feel like I hear... Sorry. To be genuine and real with you guys, and just like to have human to human connection. And I feel like that's really important. I feel like it's something that we don't do enough of. I feel like a lot of YouTubers don't feel like they can be themselves, and that's really a shame. Like, when people question me, why do you like Disney? Why don't I like Disney? Why don't you like... Why do you sound like you don't like Disney? Disney is amazing. It's fairy tales, it's stories, it's fantasy. You know, why should I hide that? You know, I love Disney, I love tattoos, I love alternative subcultures, I love being goth, I love being pansexual, I love Greek mythology, I love all these things, and I'm never gonna hide it just because it doesn't fit into the category of like mature adult. Because there's nothing out there that defines you or me as a mature adult. Your interests don't define you. Who you are and how you carry yourself, what you do with your life, and how you treat others. That's what defines you. And I feel like if you're out there and you're judging somebody for liking animation, then you have to reassess your values because that's ridiculous. Because no one's going to judge the guy who goes to the gym too much, you know? So what? How do you know what he does in his spare time? And that doesn't make him less of an adult or less responsible because he's in the gym too long. And it doesn't make me less responsible because I might go and play Mario Kart and watch Disney movies on my day off. It just doesn't. And I feel like we need to reassess ourselves as society if that's how we're judging each other, because it's absolutely ridiculous. And I just wanted to make sure that I stated that and just talk to you guys because I feel as though connection with you is very, very important. And I feel like it makes everybody else feel a little bit more sane and normal to know that there's people out there like you. And it's okay. There's a lot of us out there, and I love it. The Disney community is absolutely hands down my favorite. And I love all of you. I love all my Disney friends. I love my community. And I just want to say thank you for watching and supporting me and my channel. And I just can't get enough of you guys. And I'm going to get back into like the subscription and review game more and more. I have to try to make sure I'm taking care of myself and getting myself ready for my own wedding. So thank you guys so much, and thank you for watching. Have a great day, guys. Bye. Bye.